All right, so I'm going to be showing you part 2 of Project 2, which revolves around the temperature and humidity sensor integration. And yeah, you can see that the SHT40 is correctly hooked up to the M5, and then we have the weather screen, which we had in the previous project. So what's new now for step 2 is if we hit button C, it's going to take us to live sensor readouts, where we have temperature, humidity, and last update. You can see the temperatures in C. Celsius, I mean, and then we are also able to go back to the screen right here, and then now if we go back, we can also hit button C again, and you can see that it is in Fahrenheit, and you can also see that the last update has changed since uh, the last time we ran it, which is working correctly. Now I'll just dive into the code real quick. Let's see. All right, so to get the SHT working, we were able to pass it in right here, add a fruit, and have the correct library. And then for the correct screen, where we have this new void draw third screen, and you can see that we had to use some documentation to get the SHT40 humidity and temperature working correctly. I did have a good amount of issues with state management, basically uh, involving all 3 screens now was a little difficult to manage, but we did get it working in the end. You can see that we have the live sensor readouts, and then it is calling the new and updated temperature. It's not just a hard-coded temperature, and same with humidity. And then we have formatted time, which is how we get the last update. And I can show you the formatted time if we just type that in. Move the camera real quick. Okay. Formatted time. We have a string here, which is under the draw weather display, which is actually just the same thing that we're using for the third screen. So yeah, we do string formatted time. I think this is under, yeah, this is under the third screen. So it's just the same thing that we're using to update, and then it's updating every 5 seconds. So yeah, that is part 2 working successfully.
Here is the code for the ambient light sensor. So here you can see down here, we are reading that ambient light sensor. It's about somewhere between 175 and about 200. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my flashlight on, and I will show you that the sensor is working. So there we go. We can see it's going up right there. I'll try and get as close as I can to it. Let's see. So yeah, we're getting up all the way to 6,500. And then I'll go ahead and turn it off, and it goes back down. So you can see that that's working. And then I included the video already, so you could see that the screen got brighter as the ambient light increased, and then same, it got darker as the ambient light went away. So here I have this code in my loop, I believe. So yeah, so there's my void loop. So we're gonna go down here. So we're going to get that ambient light, and then also we are going to be mapping the brightness using the ambient light that we just got. And then we are going to set the screen brightness right there due to the ambient light, and then this is outputting the ambient light right there. And then I will go up and show you the light, the map brightness right here. So here is mapping the brightness range. So we are going to take in that ambient light. We're going to go between 0 and 5,000. I could set that higher if I wanted to, but it's not really going to get much higher than that or change the brightness. So then we just set a minimum brightness and a max brightness. So I've got that right up here, I believe. Yeah. So we have a min brightness of 10, so it's not going to completely turn off, and then the max brightness of 255. So it will be nice and bright. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Nothing too crazy. So just using that sensor to change the screen. And then again, yeah, you can see down here that we're getting that information still and getting all of our proximity stuff. And then you can see also it's gonna all change up when you cover up the ambient light too if I go to the proximity sensor. So we've got that right there. Here is the code for the proximity sensor. So we have the proximity threshold of close. So we're basically going to be saying if the proximity is less than 200, then the screen will be on. If it's more than 200, then the screen will be off. So we can go ahead and access that here down in our loop. So we'll keep going. So here you can see we get that proximity value. So we're going to check if it is bigger than the threshold. So if it's greater than 200, the screen is going to be off. And then if it's if it's less than 200, then the screen is going to be on. So you can see that in the video that the screen will turn off. We had a lot of problems with trying to get it to turn back on, but we at least know that the proximity sensor is working. So you can see the value here. I'm going to go ahead and touch the sensor. You can see now it's up to 486. So yeah, so there is that working.